It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome most respectable Swamiji to our Satsang. I think some of our guests might not familiar with the Swamiji. Swamiji is a senior Acharya and a prominent member of Chinmaya Mission, the famous Chinmaya Mission. His classes in Bhagavad Gita is an astonishing spiritual experience. He is an reputed and eminent scholar in Sanskrit, Vedanta, and other scriptures. As I know, Swamiji is a gold medalist in post-graduation in Vedanta, and he lived and studied with many masters in many ashrams. I don't want to spend much time because we are waiting for his words. So I would now invite our beloved Swamiji to share his wisdom with us. Namaste, Swamiji. Swamiji's audio is not. Oh.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, Hari Om to one and all. I hope my audio is now clear. Is it okay? Audio is okay? Today's topic is an introduction to Upanishads. Now, I'm sure many of you might have studied Upanishads before or know about the different aspects of Upanishads, but it's always good to listen to such topics so that it gives us more insight into such great topics. In Bhagavatam, there is a very interesting portion where it is said that Brahmaji, the creator, created all beings, and although all the beings were created, still Brahmaji was not very satisfied. He felt that his masterpiece is not yet done. Then he thought, now what to do? And with his entire power, he created one more being, and that is human being. Says, Srishtva, in the beginning of the creation, he created all beings by taihi atushta purusham vidhaya brahmavaloka dhishanam mudam apa devaha. Devaha mudam apa. Brahma, the creator, Ishvara, became very much satisfied after creating human beings. But when he created human beings, something happened. What is that? Because all his power was put into this new creation. Because of this, in this human creation, everything is there. So in human being, you can see that there is a level of Pishachatva, Rakshasatva, Manushyatva, Devatva, and Atmatva. There are different layers in each and every human being. There is Pishachatva, means they are worse than devil itself, worse than Pishachaha. They are ready to destroy anyone for the pleasure of destruction. And there are an aspect in us which, because we want our joy, we are ready to destroy. That is not a Rakshasa. Then Mrugatva. What is Mrugatva? Animalistic tendencies. They are there in us. And then we have Manushya. There is the aspect of human being, some kind of care and love and respect. That's also there in us. And there is Devatva. There are divine qualities in us. And more than anything else, there is this Brahmavaloka Dhishanam. The human being has a very unique capacity in him to realize the supreme truth. So all these levels are there in a human creation. Now, when he created the other beings, he was okay. But the moment he created this human being, he felt that, we need, if this human beings has to live a fulfilling life, then they need a manual. If you just, release these beings into the world, then there will be a lot of problems. So we have to tell them how to live, how to come out of all this, this animalistic and then devilish qualities, and how can we grow. So that's why when human beings were created, Bhagavan gave us Vedas also. So what is Vedaha? Vedayati iti Vedaha. Veda means that which teaches us. Vedayati, that which teaches us. What is that which Veda teaches us? Veda teaches us how to live. Veda teaches us, see, what is the main, all beings, not only human beings, but all beings, they are doing something in this world. They are not doing something in this world. Why? All our prayatna, all our efforts, primarily because there are dukkha, suffering in this world. We need food, we need accommodation, we need clothes. These are all to protect us from different kinds of dukkha. So all beings in this universe, they're trying to get rid of all kinds of sorrows and miseries from their life. So, sarva dukkha nivrittihi. The first and foremost, lakshya of human is to remove all kinds of miseries and troubles from our life. Sarva dukkha nivritti. Okay, there's no trouble. We have a house and food is there and everything is there. Is it enough? No. We need something more. It's not that just we need, dukkha nivritti, but we need not that all dukkhas are over. We want to be happy also. Not that we want to be just, get rid of dukkha, but we want to be happy also. So that's what they say, Paramananda Prapti. Not only that, we want to get rid of our miseries and troubles from life, we want to enjoy positive happiness. All of us. So whether we are doing something, we are not doing something, everything is for to get rid of all kinds of sufferings from our life. So we want to be happy. Not only that, not for some time. We want to be always happy. That's why Nitya Trupti. We want to live a life of contentment. We want to be always happy and contented and peace. So all of us, we want to, there are the three goals of life: to remove all sufferings, to enjoy, experience positive happiness, and to be contented in our life. So this is what each and every being, especially human beings, want. And Vedas actually teaches us how to gain this goal of life. Now, that's why in Veda, there are three portions. The first portion is known as the Karma Kanda. In Veda, the entire Vedic literature, the Vedic law is divided into three portions. First is Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda means, now we have different desires. We want to have wealth, we want to have power, we want to have children, we want to have so many enjoyments here and in Surga. So, and our Vedas are not against it, actually. If we want all that, but there's one thing Veda says: you can enjoy all the enjoyments of this world, but it should be dharmic. You can enjoy wealth and pleasure and everything, but you should follow the dharma. So how can we enjoy the pleasures of the world and pleasures of the Surga? Through a dharmic life. So this is what the Karma Kanda teaches us. So Karma Kanda helps us to achieve three things. One, to have different pleasures in this world. Now, it's very famous that Dasharatha, there were no children for Dasharatha, and Dasharatha did Putrakamishti. Because of Putrakamishti, Dasharatha got Rama, the children. So to have children, to have progeny, to have wealth and power, there are methods said in the Vedas. So to have pleasure in this life, and not only that, I want to go to heavens. Whatever joy which are in this world are limited. So we want to go into a place where we can enjoy unlimited joy, unlimited pleasure. See, in this world, because we have a gross body, the enjoyment are restricted. Now in heavens, there is a Divya Sharira where we can go and enjoy more, but both are enjoyment. Now, Karmakanda has a third lakshya also, that is Chitta Shuddhi. So if we perform the worship of God with a very pure heart, we don't want to go to any heavens or anything, but we worship the Lord because we love Him. When the same karma, same bhavana, puja, all the worship, when we change it into an action of a dedication, then what happens? Our mind becomes pure. So these are the three benefits of the karma kanda. Now comes the second bhaga. Second portion is known as upasana kanda. Kanda means bhaga, the portion. The portion of Vedas which are for upasana. Now, why we need upasana? In upasana also, one thing is, without upasana, we get different kinds of siddhis. With Upasana, we can have different kinds of supernatural powers. With these powers also, we can enjoy. Many people have so much of powers so that they can enjoy here. They can go into the subtle realms of life. So, Upasanas are there for this. And Upasanas also help us to have Chitta Ekagrata, the concentration of mind. So, Karma Yoga help us, or Karma Kanda help us to have Chitta Shuddhi, purification of heart, and Upasana helps us to ability to concentrate. So, Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda, and then comes the Jnana Kanda. The third portion of Veda is known as the Jnana Kanda. Jnana Kanda means the portion of knowledge. So now our mind, with the karma, yoga, etc., our mind is purified. Purified means what? Our raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes and etc. are under control. And through the upasana, our mind is concentrated. Now, with the concentrated and pure mind, what to do? We should know the supreme truth. That's why the third kanda is known as Upanishad, or the Jnana Kanda. This Jnana Kanda is also known as Vedanta. So Vedanta means what? Vedanam Antaha means the last of Vedas. It doesn't mean that if you take the Veda book and then go to the last portion, there will be no. Vedanta means Vedanam Antaha Sarabhutaha Artha. Vedanta doesn't mean that the last portion of Vedas. Vedanta means the essence of Vedas. What is the most important thing? What is the greatest teaching of Vedas? That is known as Vedanta. Vedanto Nama. So what is Vedanta? Vedanto Nama. Vedanta means Upanishad Artha. So Vedanta is a darshanam. Vedanta is a darshanam. Now one more word. What is darshana? Darshana means, actually we cannot translate the word darshana into English, because generally they translate darshanam as philosophy, but philosophy and darshana, there are a lot of differences. What is the meaning of philosophy? Philosophy means philosophia, the love for knowledge. So philosophy, the word meaning of philosophy is love for knowledge. They like to think. They like to approach a subject from different ways and try to understand the aspects of a thought, an idea. But darshanam, Bharatiya darshanam is very different. What is darshanam? That which gives us some answers to our questions. What is darshana? Darshanam, darshayati iti darshanam. That which shows us. That which shows us what? Shows us meanings for, or the answers for some questions. So, what are those questions? There are 10 questions. So, whether we might have heard about different darshanas, but this all darshanas supposed to give us, try to give us, or help us to find answers. See, no darshana can actually give us answers. They can only help us to find answers. Okay, so what are those questions? First and foremost question is, who am I? Who am I? See, I know that I am there. I know I am there, but who am I? Because whom I used to think as a child, as a teenager, as a young man, in an old age, all different. So actually, but when all the things are changing also, there is somebody who is constantly there. When I am awake, when I am going to sleep, when I am in dreaming, there is somebody who is there without change. Who is this person? No, which is without change. Who am I? So I am there, I'm sure. I do not know about anything else. I do not know about you, but I know that I am there. Then who is this I? Second question is, see, I am there, I see the world. Now, what is this world? What is the nature of this world? From where it came? You know, how this was created? And how is it existing? How is it, going to get destroyed? Is there a destruction? So what is the nature of the world? So that's the second question. I am there, I see a world. What is the nature of this world? Now comes the third question. You see, in this universe, anything, even if this is a, what do you call this, computer or a watch or a cup or a pen. See, whenever we see a thing, we know that there is an intelligent being who created it. In this world, you take anything, we know that there is an intelligent being who know how to make this. Now, such a person is there, that person created this thing. If it's so, who created this universe? It's a big question. We may say that, oh, it just came up. See, if it just comes up, then we are sitting here, anything can just happen. We see that there is a rhythm. There is a beautiful, something is there because of which everything is at its own place. The sun is in its own place, earth is in its own place, all the, everyone is at their own place, and then things are happening. Why? How? How can we say that these are all just happening? Now the question is there a creator? A darsana can say that no or yes, but they have to answer this question, whether there is a creator for this universe. You may call any name, you may call God, you may call Ishvara, you may call Purusha, you may call, Vidhi, you may call anything. But the question is there an intelligent being who created this entire universe? Is there? So Vedanta says that there is. There is an intelligent being who created the universe, and generally Vedanta calls that truth as the Ishvara. Now who is Ishvara? That is something we have to discuss. So who am I? What is this? The nature of the universe? Who is this Ishvara? Is there an Ishvara? If there is an Ishvara, what is the nature of this Ishvara? That is the third question. Fourth question is, what is the relationship between the God and the universe? Is there a relationship? No, as a darsana, you can say yes or no, but they have to answer this question. So is there a relationship between the God and the created universe? That is the fourth question. Fifth question is there a relationship between this God and this jiva, this being and that being? Are they same? Are they different? Is there any connection between this being and that being? That is next question. Now, and that is the fifth one. Sixth one is, what is the relationship between me and this universe? Is there a relationship between me and the universe? How many questions? Who am I? What is the nature of the world? Third question is there a God? Okay, if there is a God, what is the nature of the God? And then fourth is relationship between the God and the universe. Next is relationship between the God and me, and the relationship between me and the universe. 6 questions. Now comes another question. What is the purpose of life? We are all here, we are living. What is the purpose? Why? Why are we here? Is there something, okay, we are born, because of that we are growing up, then there is a job, and then there are relations. Is there something more? Or we are just like this program, like a robot, so that we are doing things, or there is something higher purpose for human life. So if there is a purpose of life, suppose they say that there is a purpose. If there is a purpose, how can I gain it? How can I achieve this, the highest purpose? There can be, in our Indian understanding, there are four, we call it Purushartha: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Now, the Dharma, Artha, Kama, these are all discussed in the Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda. Now, the Jnana Kanda's purpose is to, what is the Parama Lakshya? The supreme purpose of human being is, they say, moksha. Liberation. Liberation is not going to heavens, okay? Going to heavens is karma kandas. Now, what is liberation? Liberation means, what? Liberated from what? Liberated from the wrong notions. What wrong notions? The wrong notion that we are a limited being. So, Vedanta tried to show us what is the Parama Lakshya of human life. The Parama Lakshya of human life is Swatantriya. Complete Swatantriya. Sampurna Swatantriya. How this Sampurna Swatantriya, the complete independence is possible. This is also a purpose, So, what is the Swatantriya? What is the supreme goal of life, and how can each one of us attain this? Is it possible for us to attain this? If so, how? Living in this world, how can we experience that Parama Swatantriya? Now, abhihi, that how can we experience that complete cessation of fear? No more fear. Why fear? So why fear comes? Why? How can we come out of this? This is Upanishads or the Vedantas one question. So, purpose of life, the path. Now, the Vedanta also has to tell us the obstacles. Okay, we know that this is I want to go to Himalayas. Now, the Himalayas, we know this is the goal. And then Shastra tried to tell us how to go there, the path. And also the Shastra, the Darsana has to warn us what are the obstacles may come, what are the obstacles we may face on our journey. So the Upanishad warns us, when you walk this path, these obstacles can come up. And remedies for how we can overcome these obstacles. So these are the 10 questions any darsana has to answer, and especially Vedanta darsana. So what is Upanishad? Upanishad, another name is Vedanta. Vedanta and Upanishad are same. Vedanto nama Upanishad pramanam vakyam. Vedanta is not talking about, generally, it's not talking about any kadhas or any ethics or any, of course, ethics, etc. are based, but Vedanta is trying to answer these 10 questions. What is the nature of each and every being? What is the Parama Lakshya? What is the supreme goal of life? And what is the path? What are the obstacles can come up? And how can we overcome them? And here, here, how can we really feel that supreme happiness and independence? Right? Upanishad says, Iha cheda vedid, adha satyamasti, nacha iha vedid, mahato vinashti. After getting a human life, if we are not able to realize this, anta swatantriya, the kind of inner joy and independence, whatever else we might have, we might become, we may go to heavens, we may become Indra, we may become king. That's all possible in any other beings. But in human beings, that's why Brahmavaloka Dishanam Mudamapadeva. We, each one of us has this, this quality, this capacity, capability in each one of us. For what? To experience this inner satisfaction and fulfillment. It is possible. Because of this, whatever we may get from this universe, we are not fully contented. Sometimes we should think, see, everything is there. Money is there, wealth is there, people are there, relations are there, everything is there. But when we ask ourselves, are we completely happy? Are we completely contented? We may say yes, but inside we know that there is something more we want to gain, because that's how we are created. There is some space in us which cannot be filled by any of the worldly experiences. There is something, there is a gap, there is a space in us which actually prompts us to find this fulfillment, this joy, this happiness, this independence. That's why Upanishad becomes very, very important. So in our life, so Upanishads are very important to be learned. In our tradition, in the ancient past, they used to study, of course, all the world, all the science. No, you should learn. That's why Upanishad says, Dve vidye vedidapi. In this universe, we have to learn two kinds of knowledge. One, paracha, aparacha iti. One, about the world. The world is there. We have to live in this world. We have to make use of the world. We have to, live with the world. Of course, that is. So we should know physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, sociology, anything about the world. But see, we spend years and years and years to learn about the world. But very rarely we try to learn about ourselves. We know about the world, but who is this person who is experiencing this world? It's very sad that, in our education system, they don't even think about this question at all. And that is the root cause of this different kinds of degradation we see in the universe. Because people are becoming more and more and more selfish. And they get everything, but they're so greedy, so much anger, so much of pressure. Everything is building up because they learn about the world, but the world is there. The one who is experiencing this world, who am I? I am able to control the world, but I am not able to control myself. Now comes the Vedanta Upanishad to help us. Upanishad and Vedanta, or Upanishad, the Vedanta, the Upanishad actually comes, that is known as the knowledge of the self. That which help us to find these questions and lead us through this path for the supreme joy. So many people think that Vedanta is a very dry subject. Some Upanishad means, but This is the most important, this is the most life-saving, fulfilling science. One is Adhyatma Shastram, the knowledge, the science of the self. How can I manage myself? How can I experience this inner joy? Now, that's why, so in every Veda, so Vedas, there are all these three khandas, karma, upasana, and jnana kanda. Now, this jnana kanda is known as Upanishad. It's believed that there were more than 1180 shakhas, branches of Vedas, and each Veda had one Upanishad. That means there, in distant past, we had more than 1180 Upanishads. They're all lost now. Now we have maybe 120. Among them, 180, 108 are said that the authentic Upanishads, which are the names comes in Muktiko Upanishad. So 108 Upanishads are there. Among those Upanishads, 10 Upanishads are most important one. Now, before we go into the 10 Upanishad, let us first, because this is Harilalji asked me to speak about this introduction. So what the word of Upanishad, what is the meaning of this Upanishad? The word of Upanishad, the meaning of the Upanishad can be in two ways. One, Upanishadi. So Upanishad, we can split it into two, Upa and Nishadi. Nishad. Okay, that Nishadi means, so Upanishad. Upa means what? Samipe, near. Upa means Samipa, Samipa, near. Nishadi means to sit. So Upanishad means what? The primary or simple meaning of Upanishad is to sit near. To sit near, that's all. Okay, sit near with, with whom we should sit near? Says, first and foremost, we should sit with a master. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Upanishad itself says, there was a person, he was a great scholar, a very wealthy person. Okay, and he wanted to experience this the supreme joy in his life. He tried many things. Padiksha lokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamayat nasti akrita kritena. This joy, is it? See, this joy, this fulfillment, this completeness is not something which can be created. This joy, he understood this much. He tried his best to have this completeness in his life. He did many things. Pariksha lokan, karmachitan, in different ways. But then he understood this joy is not something which we can purchase. This antarika trupti, the inner joy, inner satisfaction, this completeness, this swatantriya, this independence is not something I can purchase. This is akrita, cannot be purchased. This is something I should experience. Tad vijnanartham gurumeva bhigachet samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. To understand this, we should approach a realized master, ready to give up our ego. So Upanishad means that knowledge which we gain from a realized master. So Upanishad, first meaning, one meaning is Upanishad, when we approach a master, and me means not that sometimes many people come to the ashrams and after a few days or a few months they say, thank you very much. It is not my cup of tea. No, nishtataya. Upa, approach the teacher and nishtadaya. Nishtadaya means with great firm resolve that I am going to my teacher, I shall return only after gaining this great experience. That is me, nishtave. Upa, me, sada, to sit. With great nishtha, with great firm faith, when we approach a teacher and then learn from him and experience what the teacher is experienced, then that knowledge is known as Upanishad. That is the first and simple meaning. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has written commentaries on Upanishads. He has written commentaries for Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, and Brahma Sutras, etc. So I was telling 108 Upanishads. Among them, 10 Upanishads. The Upanishads are known as the major Upanishads. Among those major Upanishads, one of the main Upanishads is Katha Upanishad. Okay, if we get a chance again, then we can go into each Upanishad and then try to understand what are the content of the Upanishads, etc. But today is only we have only a few minutes only left. So, what is Upanishad? Upanishad means, Acharya says in Katha Bhashya. I'm telling this so that if any of you would like to refer it, it will be easy for you. Introduction to the Katha Upanishad, Sri Shankaracharya explains what is the meaning of Upanishad. So he says there, Upa Samipam Gattva, approaching a teacher, Nishtadaya, with great firm Shraddha, when we sit and learn this Shastra, learn this Vedanta, learn these thoughts, and what happened? Something happened to us. What is that? Sada. In Sanskrit, each root will have different meanings. One meaning of Sada is Visharanam. Visharanam means what? To loosen up. See, now we have such a strong faith that we have this body. Now, that's why if somebody touches me, I ask, why you touch me? Then he says, you are big Vedanti and you are telling like this. No, how I did not touch you, I did touch your body. But we say that this body is me. And this sometimes then we get our ahankara, our tanmayata, or our attachment becomes too much. We get attached with our house, and we get attached with our car. We get attached with our bike. If somebody even touch it, we don't like it because we think that is us. No, so we have such a strong faith that we are this body and this world, and this Upanishad actually help us to get loosened with this kind of strong, oneness, this feeling of oneness with this body, mind, and intellect. Upanishadic thoughts, Upanishadic knowledge actually ask us these questions. If I was this Sharira, if I was this body, you take your picture when you are, now if you are 40 years, when you are 20 years, you take a photograph. And when you are 10 years, you take a photograph and look your photograph. When you are 5 years, when you are 1 year, you just keep all those photographs in front of you and then think. You see, I think that this body is me. But 20 years back, this body was not there. When I was 5 years old, some other body was there. But still, I feel that this is me. After 20 years, this will not look like this. So, something which is continuously changing, still we think that this is us. Now, Upanishadic knowledge asks us question, are you sure that you are this body? Are you sure that you are your emotions? Are you sure that you are your intellectual understandings? Or are you someone who is experiencing this body different? Are you someone who is experiencing your emotions? Are you someone who is even experiencing your intellectual thoughts? Or are you just this? So the Upanishads are giving us some thoughts. And slowly our, attachment, our clinging attachment slowly get loosened with these different kinds of, wrong conceptions. That's why it's known as first meaning of Upanishad is Sada means Visharana. Visharana to get loose. Second is Gati. Gati means what? This Sadhadhatu second meaning is Gati. Gati means to lead. Upanishad help us slowly this thought that I am this body, mind, and intellect is just little getting loosened up. No, actually, if I'm not this body, mind, intellect, then who am I? Okay, come. I will show you who really you are. What is your true nature? So the Upanishad helps us to slowly walk to the right path, to the right goal. So that's why it is Gatihi. So Visharana Gatihi. Now comes the third question. Third meaning is Avasadhanam. Avasadhana is to destroy, annihilate, completely remove what? All our wrong thoughts, all our wrong identifications, all our, mithya brahmas. Upanishad help us to get slowly first, we are already caught up. We are tied to this world. The Upanishad slowly releases and then take us to the right path and then gives us the highest experience of Abhaya. The experience of Purnata, the experience of, that oneness. And that will destroy, remove all kinds of wrong experiences, and then we realize the supreme nature of us. So this is the Upanishadic, this was the meaning of the Upanishad, Upanishad. Now, as I was telling, there are 108 Upanishads. There is one Upanishad, in that the name of that Upanishad is Muktika Upanishad. Now a question comes to us, okay, so many Upanishads are there, what I should learn? The Muktika Upanishad says, one Upanishad is enough. What is that one Upanishad? The Muktika Upanishad said, Mandukyameva alam mumukshunam vimuktai. If you really want to, realize the supreme truth, one Upanishad is enough. What is that? Mandukya. But the Mandukya is the smallest Upanishad. Only 14 verses are there, mantras are there. It's very nice Upanishad, which is talking about the Om Pranava. Then he says, Tas tadhapi asiddham ched jnanam dashopanishadam vajam. If studying one Upanishad is not getting, this experience, please learn 10 Upanishads. Which are they? Isha Upanishad, Kena, Kadha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Aitareya, Brihadaranyaka, Chandogya. These 10 are known as the Dashopanishads. So first, if we are not able to, by the Mandukya, but in our Sampradaya, we don't start with Mandukya, we end with Mandukya. In our Sampradaya, we start with Kathopanishad. Suppose, any of you would like to start an Upanishad. I want to study an Upanishad. It is the best Upanishad to start with is Kathopanishad, because it's a very student-friendly Upanishad where, very nice Katha is there. And then, slowly, gradually, step by step, the thought flow is there. So, Kathopanishad and then the Shopanishads are there. Now, after the Shopanishad also is not possible. Then there are 108 Upanishads. And the Rishi is very, sure that if we learn this 108, it is sure that we will really, there are the chances that we will be able to really experience the supreme truth. Now, this Upanishad are divided into different, like Vedanta Upanishads are there, and then Sannyasa Upanishads are there, Shaiva Upanishads are there, Shakteya Upanishads are there, Yoga Upanishads are there. There some Upanishads are Yoga Upanishads. They are the different concepts of yoga is very much discussed there. So there are different kinds of Upanishads, and the study of this Upanishad will surely help us to understand, to come out of the wrong notions. That's why the Upanishad works in us in 4 ways. First thing, they say abhavanasha. See, most of the people in this universe, they do not even know that there is a possibility that I can be completely independent. I can be happy without anything. Why? Because that is my nature. My nature is not dukkha. My nature is ananda. My nature is completeness, purnata. So people don't even know. So when we study Upanishad, this abhava nasha, this ignorance is removed. But just by studying, understanding, it's not enough. So comes the next one, known as the asambhavana. Abhavanasha, asambhavana. Okay. Upanishad says so many things, but is it possible for me? This happiness, this unique, this experience of oneness, is it possible for me? Yes. This is known as the asambhavana. Third is known as viparita bhavana. We have a lot of wrong notions, wrong understandings, ideas, and this Upanishad will help us. Upanishad will actually help us to remove all these negative, wrong ideas from our mind. And most importantly, this Upanishad will give us tattva prakasha. Upanishad will give us the tattva, the true nature, the true knowledge of oneness of the world, oneness of the self, oneness of this entire universe. So what is there in here? That itself is there. Sarvam Khalyutam Brahma. This entire universe is expression of that pure consciousness. Tad ahamasmi. That Brahma ahamasmi. Tad tvamasi. See, what that Brahman, that supreme consciousness, the joy, the ananda, saptachitananda, sachidananda atma is everything. That sachidananda atma is me. Aham brahmasmi. And that sachidananda atma is you. Actually, there's only one truth. That one truth is appearing in different names and forms. So even when we are seeing the names and forms, the truth is, so there is gold. The gold is appearing as a earring or a garland, a mala or a bangle or anything. But the namas are different, names are different, the forms are different, but everything is gold. Like that. So here there are names and forms are different. Everything is Ekameva Dvitiyam Brahma. Supreme consciousness alone is appearing as all these names. The moment we realize this, all kinds of dualities, all kinds of hatred, all kinds of raga, dvesha, likes, dislikes, leaves us, and then we come to a samatvam. That equilibrium, and that samatvam is yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. This is how the Upanishads and this Smriti concludes the topics. So I think my time is also up, but I'm so happy to meet all of you online and hope that this will be a new, beautiful beginning to study this life-giving, this knowledge, especially in these days. We need this knowledge of oneness to remove all kinds of this, the suffocating dualities and to embrace the supreme truth as one's own true self. Thank you very much. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. Swamiji is mainly staying at Shankaranilayam at near Piravam, near Cochin. It's a beautiful place where Shankaracharya actually born. I think everyone should visit that place. Also, we can meet Swamiji also. Maybe once I am back, we can make a trip to there. And Swamiji have been to Arsha, for your knowledge. He stayed there in our Arsha. Yeah.
Welcome to all of you. Please come. And this is a beautiful place. This is the mother's home of Adi Shankaracharya. The father's home is at Kaladi, and this is the mother's home. So this is mother's place, means the place of all of us. You're all welcome.
Hope we will have some more lessons from Swamiji. Thank you.
വളരെ നന്ദി Swamiji for a wonderful speech.
Thank you, Swamiji. Mrityunjaya Mantram. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Muchiyamamrdat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Muchiyamamrdat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Muchiyamamrtat. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Arati. Om Nadatra Suryopadi Nachandra Tarakam Nemam Vidyodabandi Udoyamaknihi Tumeva Bandhu Manubadi Sarvam Tasya Vasa Sarvavitam Vibhadi. Om Gange Chayamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Namatsubhyam Namo Namaha. Tumeva Mada Chavida Twameva Twameva Bandhuscha Sagha Twameva Twameva Vidya Dravinam Twameva Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmana Vat Prakriti Svabhava Karomi Yajna Sagalam Parasmai Narayanaye Iti Samarpayami. सर्वधर्मां परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं तु सर्वभावेभ्यो नाशयिष्यामि मा शुचा.